Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss the new behind the scenes video that was shared exclusively by Entertainment Weekly, where Jamie Lee Curtis gives what looks to be her final goodbye to the Halloween franchise. Now Jamie Lee Curtis has been very open about this being the end of the line for months, even before the release of Halloween Ends this past October. And in this new behind the scenes video, featuring herself along with the cast members and Malika Todd and David Gordon Green as well, is her basically saying what appears to be her final words for the character of Laurie Strode. Let's go. So the article on Entertainment Weekly leads with this headline. Jamie Lee Curtis says a tearful goodbye to Laurie Strode in behind the scenes Halloween Ends clip. Now, as we know, Jamie Lee Curtis essentially began her career portraying the final girl of Laurie Strode in the 1978 John Carpenter masterpiece Halloween. And she's repeatedly returned to the role here and there over the years. And most recently, of course, in the new David Gordon Green trilogy that he directed with 2018 Halloween and, of course, Halloween Kills, followed by this year's Halloween Ends. So it's no wonder that she became emotional when the time came up to relinquish the part, as we see here in the clip that's included in Entertainment Weekly in the article from the making of Halloween Ends. And during this video, Jamie Lee Curtis stated, "The whole concept of a horror movie is to stimulate emotions, and the making of it does the same thing," says Curtis in the footage. "So to have done it 3 times with a group of people and knowing that I'm not going to get to do it again with that same group of people really has been very tough for me. It will be difficult to say goodbye to this group of people. Thank you so much for all of it." Now, I know we've heard JLC say before, never say never about returning to the part. However, I've never really seen her be this adamant that she's done with such finality in her voice. There's just something about the way she's doing it this time that really does it really rings true to me. And when you factor in, of course, she's getting older as well, every year, of course, as we all are, but she's not the young Jamie Lee Curtis, young Laurie Strode from H2O even. This is a much older version, and there just comes a day where that character, it just won't be practical to play that character anymore. And I really do think that maybe some of the emotion that is behind all of this is that realization that the final time has been done. It's time to move on. And I really do hear that in her voice and in her comments. It's very much conviction driven. And when mentioning this specific thing about the end of the line in the video, she actually said this. She said, "I need to cut her loose and let her live in the minds and hearts of the fans that have supported her." She said of the character Laurie Strode, "I now get to go off and do my own thing." And those are her final words basically on Laurie Strode. And she had an amazing career as Laurie Strode. I mean, it was such iconic performances. The 78 original will always stand on its own. But Halloween 2, when she was in the hospital, that's, I feel, a very often underrated sequel in the franchise. She was fantastic in that as well. I know she was often in the bed, of course, in the hospital bed. But at the same time, that movie overall was really creepy, and I thought it was a very enjoyable watch in terms of suspense and building up that tension. But then she came, roaring back in H2O. And that H2O remains one of my most favorite of her of the performances that she's done. I think it's a great film, and it's got, I know it's got some Kevin Williamson touches on it, so it kind of has a little bit of a screamish feel to it as well. Maybe that's one reason why I really like it a lot, but I still like, all the different Halloween movies for different reasons, and some I don't like for different reasons as well. But when it comes to Jamie Lee, I think she shined in all of the opportunities she's had, especially in H2O and in the first one. I don't really count Resurrection. That was just a horror show. But seeing her come back in 2018, all those years later, was incredible. And she did such a great job in 18. And, I think that the potential for her in Ends was great, but the way that part was written for her, it just took away her thunder a lot. But we got to see her in 18 really be a great, fearless type of character. She did a great job. So in all these different incarnations of Laurie Strode, where you see the growth, the depth, the character arc, they're all there in different ways. And I thoroughly enjoy them all. And I can't picture anyone else other than Jamie Lee Curtis having played Laurie Strode. I just can't even imagine it. She's done such an amazing job and was such a great character and such a great actor. And no matter what she acts in, Jamie Lee Curtis is extremely well versed, great chops. She can fit into any character pretty much you can throw on her. She's got those kind of skills. So it's going to be sad not to see her anymore. I know a lot of people are ready to move on to the next storyline, the next characters, and that's cool. I get that, but I also will always cherish and enjoy these moments from Jamie Lee Curtis in the past that we can always pull up at any time we want, fire up the Blu-ray, pull it up on streaming and watch those favorite moments that we all have from her career as Laurie Strode. Great memories, and if we never see her again, then she's done all she needed to do to leave her mark, and it's a great mark. So hats off to you, Jamie Lee Curtis, and only the best for you moving forward. All right, guys. Now listen, I want to know what you think about Jamie Lee Curtis saying goodbye one last time to the Halloween franchise. I want to hear what are your thoughts and opinions and feelings about her in that role of Laurie Strode over the years. And do you really believe this is it, as she's seemingly committed to this being the final time? Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Leave your comments below in this video in the comments section so we can discuss it together. Well, that's going to be all for this update, but I will be back soon with more Halloween and other horror movie content as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.